Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It was a great opportunity to renew a great number of acquaintances and friendships last night. It's good to see everybody out. As past president, I have a number of responsibilities now that they don't let me travel. And I wish to speak to three of them this morning. Firstly, our Policy Review Committee was established as a motion of council at the end of last council for the purposes of, as I'll get into, developing and reviewing policy. The Policy Review Committee is made up of myself as chair, Councillor Andy Dryland. Raise your hand. Yeah. Sorry, Councillor Andy Dryland, PASB councillor from the Northern Region, and Vince Lefebvre. Vince, from the AIDO councillor from the Western Region. Reporting to Council on the development of new policies and the modification to or removal of those policies that are deemed no longer valid. The Policy Review Committee, again, was initiated at the end of the last term of Council as a result of passing of Bylaw 19 and the terms of reference for the Professional Affairs and Services Board, the Institute of Engineering Technology Ontario, and the Nominating Committee. And the implementation of each of these governing documents led to the realization that a thorough policy review was in order to assure complete governance, review, and compliance. As well as looking at the existing corporate policies of OACETT to ensure alignment with Bylaw 18, certain elements have come to our attention that need to be addressed in formal policy documents with OACETT, including employment standards legislation, the Office of the Fairness Commissioner, Accessibility of Ontarians with Disabilities Act, charitable donations, volunteers working with minors, and many others. The next responsibility I take on as past president is the chair of the Human Resources Committee. The Human Resources Committee is made up of three of your executive members, myself as chair, President Rod McLeod, and President-elect Stephen Morley. And we're responsible to Council for the annual performance evaluation of OACETT's Chief Executive Officer and for evaluating and determining his annual compensation. Needless to say, this is always a fun time with Mr. Thompson. The Human Resources Committee, as per Bylaw 19, it is the Chief Executive Officer's sole responsibility to manage all elements of staffing with OACETT. But Mr. Thompson, in conjunction with the Human Resources Committee, acting as a resource to and supporting his management, monitors the succession planning of OACETT staff for pending retirements, reviewing resource allocations and options for the advancement of mid to senior level management, and identifying and developing opportunities for high potential candidates and their advancement for more senior positions within staff functions at OACETT. Now, what has become my passion and will be the reason that I'm calling all of you over the next few months, the Nominating Committee. The primary function of OACETT's Nominating Committee is to ensure that all volunteer and appointed positions on Council and at the regional level are filled, and those include President-elect, Vice President AIDO, Vice President Professional Affairs and Services Board, councillors for each of the 6 regions for both the Professional Affairs and Services Board and AIDO, appointment to positions on Council, and appointments to boards of other associations. Representation and filling of rosters on OACETT's committees and task forces and working groups as may be developed from time to time and are required. Most importantly, ensuring a full slate of candidates for each elected position and wherever possible to facilitate elections for each of those positions, and actively recruit high-performing volunteers to drive OACETT's succession planning initiative. The Nominating Committee consists of myself as chair, past President Robin Dunn, former councillor and our representative on the PEO board, Sharon Reed, Dr. Ahmed Cameron, and Roy Suwa Singh. And as OACETT's Nominating Committee, we will be recruiting to fill all of the positions on OACETT Council and at the regional and chapter levels. The challenge we and successive nominating committees will be facing will be as a result of changes adopted in Bylaw 19, where all volunteer positions within the association are subject to term limits. Term limits are of great benefit, ensuring a regular refreshing of volunteers within an organization, driving succession planning at all levels of the association, bringing forward new and dedicated members with new ideas and healthy growth and leadership. And fixed term limits, though, will be the pressure point with the nominating committee to recruit members to serve on OACETT chapter and council level. As council elections approach, identifying and attracting new volunteer leaders will be a paramount effort to meeting our succession planning mandate. And I will throw the challenge out to you today that each of us actually act as recruiters for the association, encouraging members to take an active role in our association, and I welcome the opportunities to discuss your future as an OACETT volunteer or those that you may feel would be best suited to move through the ranks, if you will, of OACETT at any occasion. And whether you approach me, you can bet that I'll be approaching you. Thank you.